Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We're at hump day already, guys. Yes. Okay. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for stopping by the show. I hope everyone's already tapped on that like button for me. I know you have. Okay. I don't even have to ask. I just feel it in my spirit that you guys have touched the like button. Okay. Give me 1 second, if you will. Thank y'all again for being here. Thank y'all for being here. We're getting ready to do our good mornings to everyone. Let's give a couple more people some time to come in. I see you guys are piling in. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right. I'm ready for it to be Friday. I hope you guys got all your Christmas shopping out of the way. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's get this up. All right. There we go. Boom. All right, we do have some wonderful topics to go over with you guys this morning. I hope you guys are ready for a great show. My apologies for not being able to go on again yesterday. I had a content creator meetup, so the time for that got pushed up to where we wound up meeting at like 4. So, and then I didn't get home until dark. So we already know what that was. I got home, honey. I was ready to lay it down. All right. I had a few drinks in me. I had ate and got full, had a good time. I was tired as hell. So we're here today. So today we're going to, you guys will see me quite a few videos. All right. So keep your notifications on because I got to make up for yesterday. I did not get to hit you guys but once for Car Chronicles. So we will have a few videos today. So y'all will be checking in. Wednesdays usually be full of tea. Wednesday is a tea day. So I'm going to try to keep up with all the tea that's going on while I get my work done. Okay. So y'all bear with me. And again, thank you guys for joining. Let's jump in and speak to everyone. Miss Lana Thomas, good morning. Happy Wednesday, ma'am. My top flight mod, Rose, is in the building. Good morning, Rose. Denise Slate is here. Good morning, Big Steak. Good morning, Sylvia Blow. Good morning. Who else we got? Kelly S is in the building. Good morning. Good morning, Shirley Terry. Greatness Love. Good morning, Gail West. Good morning, Ronnie. Marion's Favorites is here. Audrey Williams is here. Deborah Banks is here. Cheryl Williams is here. D Nice is here. Good morning, everybody. Deborah Johnson, good morning. Tamara Walls is here. Sheila Washington is here. Felicia is in the building. Good morning, Sherry Culpepper. Good morning, Miss Honeybee. My other top flight mod, Scorpion Miss, is in the building. Thanks for being here. Shirley Bishop is here. Daisy Lewis is here. My other top flight mod, Truth TV Podcast, is here. My mods are in here. Good morning. Oh, y'all better not act up because y'all know my mods be on it. So Red 19901 is in the building. Shaquanda is here. Playtime is here. Good morning, LaShonda Allen. JCD Creation. She is a content creator, so you guys check her out. Let's see who we got. Vera Dockery is here. Deborah Holder is here. Good morning. Simple Mom Family TV, another content creator. You guys check her out as well. Bernadette Clements is here. Faith Williams is here. Lisa Bell is here. Maria Perry is here. Vernetta Evans is here. Good morning. Vera Dockery, I see you. Verdi Tulu Taylor is here. Y'all in here this morning. Brown Eyes, I see you, Brown Eyes. Good morning. All right, and everybody speaking to everyone else. Thank y'all for being here. Everything said in this video is alleged and, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's go ahead and jump into our show. Politics is first. Hold on. Okay, so let me go ahead and show the picture just in case y'all didn't get to see it. If you guys follow me on social media, then you probably have already seen it. It's on my Cameron Rail Show page. It's on my Instagram page as well. If you guys did not get to see Content Creator Meetup, that is Shayna. Okay. Did I say it right? Shauna, I think it is. Shauna, she's a content creator. That's Scotty by nature in the middle. Okay. And of course, that's me right there. That's me, Cameron Rail. All right. So that's all of us out hanging out, doing what content creators do. We trying to get along, networking, laughing, having some drinks, having some fun. So yeah, right. I had a good time. When I tell y'all we laughed so much last night. Oh my God, we cut up and we acted a fool. True says she like my boots. Okay. If I can't do nothing else, I can dress. All right. But when I tell you I step out, I step out. I'm going to put my very best out. So I love to dress. I love to step out and dress. So thank y'all so much. But yeah, that's me. Y'all didn't get to see my bag that went with my outfit. I had my my nice little Gucci bag, my brown nice Gucci bag, and it matched my boots, y'all. So it did get into the picture, but you guys will get to see it another time. But yeah, your girl was scared. We was trying to clear the girls. But yeah, but we had a good time. Nevertheless, we had a good time. So shout out to Scotty by Nature, shout out to Shayna, and shout out to Caramel. Okay, because we had a good time. All right, let's get into the show. All right, politics is first. So let's jump into the mess. All right, so y'all President Trump, honey, y'all President Trump is out here doing the absolute freaking most. Okay. I'm gonna can that one. I want to talk about the other one because I don't really want to do a lot of politics today. So Trump says that black people love him. He said, I got the biggest vote with black people, and they know a scam better than anybody. What do you mean by that? Now I do know some damn scammers. All right, and they are black people. But who could he be talking about here? Let's see. All right. I did not vote for him, so I would not be in that lineup of black people who he is happy voted for him because I did not. But let's get into what he had to say according to Neighborhood Talk. Let's go.
Let me tell you, black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Yikes. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We did great. Thank you. I like this guy. Let me tell you, black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We did great. Thank you. I like this guy. Let me tell
you. Yikes. So what do you mean by that? Any black person that voted for Trump, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't understand. I think they're regretting it now that they see how he's moving in office. Hopefully for midterms, you guys get out here and vote again so we can get his ass up out of there. If they don't impeach him first, because baby, he's been making a whole mess of the presidency ever since his ass took office this past January. It's been a catastrophe, from planes falling, from tariffs being high as hell, taxes and everything is high. Okay. Even the crackheads are getting higher because his ass is in office. Even they stressed out. Okay. But yeah, let's move on because I don't care no more. All right. Let's get into the mess. All right. Amanda Seales, who stays in controversy, is dragging Charlamagne the God, okay, from the Breakfast Club and calls him a snake who tried to take credit for a show that she created. Honey, let's go ahead and get into what she is talking about. All right. Charlamagne stay in some mess. I swear. Charlamagne stay in some mess. All right. So all about the tea. Thank you, love. Let's get into it.
I do a podcast with Charlamagne. Why would I do a podcast with Charlamagne? We had great chemistry until I realized that he was a ridiculous person and he was a snake. So then we don't have great chemistry anymore. He's also not an intellectual. Like, he's read books. He's not a dummy, but he's not an intellectual, and he don't got no backbone. He sits here and he regurgitates the same crap. And the people that he does challenge, like, remember when he challenged Kamala Harris? Remember when she was on his show and he was like, so who's actually in charge of the Democrats? You know, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And she black womaned him and started saying like, no, absolutely not. He didn't even come back because he didn't have no way to come back at her because he didn't know anything further than what he said. And then they have people on the show and they allow them to just talk their shit. And they don't have the actual knowledge and the actual intellectualism and or the actual backbone to be able to check them and reveal the nonsense that they're spewing. And whether that's Larry Elder or that other broad or the guy from the ADL, etc. Like, stick to rappers. Yes, Andrew.
All right, so Amanda Seales is calling out Charlamagne the God in a major way. They're saying, accusing him of trying to take credit for a show that she says she created. Now, the actress and comedian did not hold back, labeling him a snake while detailing how she believes that he attempted to insert himself into her project. All right. Like I said, Charlamagne the God, he's been very controversial throughout his career with many different things, from a woman saying that she was SA'd or maybe touched inappropriately, allegedly, and him getting beat up, child, by some goons that ran up on him. And it's a whole video out there on YouTube or anywhere if you want to Google it, where he's getting beat up and he's running from these goons that's trying to put paws upon him and was putting hands and feet on his ass. And of course, y'all see here with Amanda Seales, him getting cussed out at the Breakfast Club, Birdman trying to raise up on him and was trying to flex on him as well. It's been a lot with Charlamagne. Like, I can keep going. But I don't know about this situation between he and Amanda Seales. Like, you got to show some receipts anytime you're trying to accuse someone of doing something like that. Like, you just up here talking at this point. If you're accusing someone of trying to take credit for a show that you were doing, you got to put some receipts up there to make it believable so that people are like, oh, okay, damn, Charlamagne, you on that type of time? I don't think I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I like to see receipts whenever someone is accusing someone of something. But we will keep our eyes and ears open, moving right along. All right. Yeah. Let's get into our next topic with this with our, hold on, this Brene Montague. All right, let's go ahead and knock that out, because she will be on, I told you guys, she will be on Tamron Hall this coming Friday. And Tamron Hall is starting to catch some heat for having a homewrecker on her platform, in terms of, as they're saying, promote her and give her a platform to speak and or talk about this situation, even though she has an open case. Okay, we're talking about Brene. For those of you that are not well versed on this situation, let's go ahead and share so you guys see with me. But before you do that, let me go ahead and put this up, because this is this was, if you guys saw the thumbnail, this is Brene. This is Tim Montague, who was married to Akira Montague. They're going to be on Tamron Hall, okay? But there's a lot of people that are outraged, and they're starting to speak out about Tamron Hall lending her platform to such a person who is out here, a whole husband stealer who's been harassing, and that is documented because she did have a deposition hearing on yesterday, at which they wound up having to reschedule it because she had to go and plead guilty or not guilty. So they had to reschedule it for January 27th. Let me see, my notes are right. Yeah, due to, I think they said weather conditions or whatever. So that's been rescheduled. But as you guys know, Tim Montague, let me put them back up so y'all know who we're talking about. Tim Montague right here, who was married to Akira Montague. You guys know they are from the Charlotte area, North Carolina, which you guys know North Carolina does have the alienation of affection case where you can file against someone if they interrupt your marriage, so to speak, which this was filed on Brene now Montague, because they are married now. But Tim filed I'm finding out, $30,000 lawsuit against Akira Montague, which is his ex-wife now, because he's saying that she was snooping through his devices and found inappropriate pictures, text messages, interactions between he and Brene. Okay, which is right here. And he wound up having that case dismissed. He lost that case. So he was trying to get some money out of Akira. But I think he should be focusing on his own case coming up from Brene's ex-husband, okay, who is suing him also for alienation of affection. So it looks like a few more millions will be taken from these two. I told you guys as well that Brene, she's trying to have her case retried, saying that she did not feel that it was a fair trial because she didn't have an attorney. She had to represent herself pro se, and she lost that case, which she had to pay 1.7, almost $2 million. Let's say it that way. So now, as I said, she does have a restraining order against her, which she did violate, and she did serve some jail time briefly for that, but she does have to go back to court for that. But she is fighting a new trial against Akira. All right. So Tamron Hall, as I said, will have them on her show this Friday. A lot of people are outraged. They don't like it. They think that it's crazy. There's a whole change.org out there for this situation against Tamron Hall. Like, they are outraged. So let's get into what was said. I went online and I pulled this. I'm going to read it from my phone because it's kind of small on the screen. All right. I put it up so you guys can see it though. All right. So let me get to it. So different people are chiming in about how they feel about Tamron Hall lending her platform to Brene Montague and Tim Montague. All right. So this person here named Celine 31 says it. So it was just a homewrecker set, huh? Okay, period. The next person then says cancel Brene. As you guys can see the red X's. Another person said that he would like to have the interview with Brene scrapped. Another person says that I hope that the money that Timmy with the hips and Bison Brene, not Bison Brene, damn, right? Bison Brene gets attorney Robin garnishes it as well, because you know her accounts have already started to be garnished because she owes the money to Akira, which is the ex-wife for the alienation of affection case. All right. It says that as soon as it hits her cash out. It goes on to also say that I find it unacceptable that Brene is being interviewed right now. She remains part of an ongoing cyber stalking case, which she does, involving Akira, which is the ex-wife. It goes on to say, and she has been mentally abusing her for months and has, because I followed them. It goes on to say Akira needs fairness and justice, and she feels incredibly wrong. I can no longer support this. So a lot of people have been outraged because Tamron Hall is lending her platform, like I said, to a homewrecker, as they call it. Let's go ahead and get into what they're saying here. Wow. All right. So just so you guys can know what's going on. And then we're going to look at the change.org that was created. All right. Okay. On my screen, and shout out to New York Post. Okay, this is legit. Homewrecker, TikToker, influencer, rather, ordered to pay $1.75 million for destroying manager's marriage under Jolene Law report. Okay, let's continue. All right, so a homewrecker, TikTok influencer has been reportedly ordered to pay $1.75 million for allegedly destroying her manager's marriage under an unusual state law designed to crack down on cheating ways, according to the North Carolina court records. Okay. Brene Kenyard, who has nearly 3 million TikTok followers, allegedly seduced her manager, Tim Montague, according to a lawsuit filed in a Durham, North Carolina court by the Loverboy's jilted ex-wife, Akira Montague, according to WTVD. All right, that is Brene. Okay, y'all know her from the Big Chest Child. All right. So the angry Mrs. Montague had originally sought $3.5 million in damages from Kenyard when she first filed a civil lawsuit in 2024 under North Carolina alienation of affection law. We talked about that. Now, under the law employed by the angry Miss Montague, which reads like lyrics from Dolly Parton's 1973 hit Jolene, the plaintiff must prove that they are in a loving marriage. The third party had knowledge of the marriage, and the marriage continued while the affair is going on. All right. So this is Akira, the ex-wife, who filed the alienation of affection lawsuit against Brene. So when it says that North Carolina is one of the only 6 states that still allows a spouse to sue a third party for interfering in their marriage under a practice that originated in English common law. Now, when you're thinking about alienation of affection, you have to think about the humiliation that the spouse went through. Mrs. Montague's attorney, Robinetto Jones, told WTVD. Now, Mrs. Kenyard flaunted her relationship with a married man, and of course, it went viral, and my client was humiliated, as a result of that. Okay. Has anyone ever experienced that? So as you guys can see, this is what's going on with that. This is Tim, who was married to Akira, which is right here. And they do have children together. All right. I'm not going to read all of this because I think you guys know what's up with that. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right. So going back to that, as you guys can see here, I told you guys that Brene had to turn over her account documents to show what it is that she makes per month. She makes $25,000 a month per her social media accounts. Okay. And so now that's been garnished because she tried to be a smart ass to go and pay $2 towards this almost $2 million lawsuit. So that got her in a bunch of shit. All right. So that's what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and look at the change.org because I want to keep the show going. All right. So they're asking for Tamron Hall's interview with Brene and Tim to be pulled. Let's get into that so you guys can see. All right, so far they have 598. It looks like they just started the petition. So far, 598 signatures. They're asking for 1,000 signatures. Yeah. So they're saying put Tamron Hall's interview with Brene Kenyard, it says pull Tamron Hall's interview with Brene Kenyard Montague. All right, let's go ahead and read. All right, so the broadcast of Tamron Hall's interview on December 12th, 2025, which is this Friday, featuring Brene Kenyard Montague, has sparked significant controversy and concern among numerous communities. Now, this segment aired on a major network has been perceived as glorifying the actions of an individual associated with negative familiar impacts, damaging the reputation of many involved. It goes on to say that Brene Kenyard Montague, referred to by many as a homewrecker, has been at the center of numerous personal disputes and has become a polarized figure. By giving her a platform on such a reputable show, it sends a worrying message about the values that are being promoted to the audience. Television shows bear a responsibility to maintain a standard that upholds integrity and respect the sensitivities and moral fabric of their viewers. Okay. He goes on to say, this petition calls for the immediate retraction of the episode from all media platforms. Removing the interview would not only be a step towards respecting the dignity of all affected parties, but also an action to prevent setting a precedent where contentious figures are given platforms that seemingly legitimize their actions. They're saying here, please sign this petition to urge the producers of the Tamron Hall show and relevant networks authorities to act swiftly in removing this episode from circulation. It's time to uphold standards of accountability and respect in media broadcasting. So they're asking for this to be removed. Okay. Several people have, as you guys can see, commented. This says, I'm arguing the Tamron Hall show to I'm urging the Tamron Hall show to reconsider airing this upcoming segment that centers on all adulterous affairs. Highlighting this situation as entertainment sends the message that betrayal and the pain that it causes are unacceptable or acceptable or even worthy of spotlight. It says that the families affected have already endured hurt, and broadcasting this story risks All right, so this person is not in favor of this episode airing. This other person says Team Akira, and it goes on to them explaining why they are Team Akira. Akira is the ex-wife. Home records should not be allowed a platform, especially a national television platform. Brene and Tim have completely ruined lives, and having them on a national television show makes absolutely no sense. What can they possibly say that is going to make anything okay? Nothing. Says that we need to continue to protect Akira and Devon, and reopening wounds is, what is it? Very unnecessary. There are children involved. I'm completely disappointed with the Tamron Hall show. Brene continues to harass and stalk Akira. This is court ordered to not speak on Akira and her kids. It is. So this could be a direct violation for Brene to be on the Tamron Hall show to even speak on Akira or this case, because it's still ongoing. It goes on to say that, so I don't understand why Tamron Hall want this type of negative attention on her show. So they're only asking for, like I said, 1,000 supporters to put signatures, sign off on this petition. If you guys want to, I'll put the link in the chat where you guys can go over. Let's see, copy. And you guys can go sign it. Okay, that's up to you. Only if you want to. So yeah, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? So a lot of people are outraged that that Tamron Hall would even use her platform to promote such a thing. But y'all can go ahead, like I said, and sign off on that if you wish to, if that's something that you're interested in. Let's move along. A Bojangles manager fatally pows a co-worker's father outside of a restaurant. The father was responding to his daughter's call for help after she got into a dispute with the manager. Let's get into that, because child, now we keep hearing about a lot of fast food powings. Y'all remember the one for McDonald's where the lady got into it with her boss, who was speaking very negatively about her, to her rather, cutting her hours. She came back to the job with a cut knife, we'll say it that way for YouTube sakes. And she had a pow as well. She got into a verbal altercation with the manager at McDonald's. Y'all remember with the red color wig with the bangs, crazy looking lady. Anyway, she powed and are unalived and stabbed her manager, and now she is currently in prison and awaiting trial for that. Now, this is another situation, it looks like, where something popped off. We're going to look at the news portion and then we'll read up on it as well. Okay, let's go.
Mourning the loss of Dominique Goodman. They say he was shot and killed in this Bojangles parking lot Sunday afternoon. His relative, Marlene Lately, rushed to the restaurant on Roosevelt Highway.
My son called me and I didn't hesitate, jumped up and got ready and came out here.
She says Goodman came to the restaurant because his teenage daughter, who works there, called him asking for help.
I guess her and the manager might have got into it or something like that. So she called her dad, which any child would do. And the dad came up there to see about his daughter.
Lately says when Goodman arrived, the manager was waiting for him in the parking lot.
Now he's laying there on the ground and his family seeing him. You know, it's sad. That's sad.
Palmetto police say they believe a Bojangles employee fired the shots and is now in custody. Officers responded to the shooting around 1:15 p.m., blocking off the area for more than 4 hours. A representative for Bojangles tells 11 Alive News its hearts go out to the victim and all those impacted, writing in part, "The safety of our guests and team members is always our top priority. The franchisee is fully cooperating with local law enforcement as they conduct their investigation." Lately pleading for an end to the violence.
I'm just telling everybody, put down these guns, start thinking.
That now has her family planning a funeral this holiday season.
It's terrible. I mean, because here come Christmas, they wait, you know, he probably got everything ready for him. And now you got to spend the holidays without your dad and their cousin and brothers.
Family mourning the loss of Dominique Goodman. They say he was shot and
Very sad. She's right. This is the holiday season. Who wants to be planning a funeral around Christmas when you're supposed to be all getting together, sitting down, eating turkey, whatever it is that you eat on Thanksgiving? On Christmas, opening gifts, just having family time, being grateful. The new year is coming up. You want to go out and celebrate, enjoy, be with friends, have a few drinks, and not think about a loved one not being here anymore over something stupid as this. Nowadays, people are taking lives because you look at somebody wrong, you step on somebody's shoes, you know, give somebody attitude, you ask somebody a question that they don't want to hear or don't want to answer, or just stupid stuff. You look at somebody the wrong way and it's up and stuck, and the next thing you know, a person's life is taken. It's just crazy. We talked about that with some kids from school where a boy was like, "Oh, he looked at me crazy." So he went home and got a pow, came back and unalived someone. Why? Human life is just not appreciated anymore nowadays. But of course, they're saying Palmetto police said that officers were called to the restaurant following a powing, and when they arrived, they found Dominique Goodman unalived in the parking lot. The powing reportedly stemmed from an argument between Goodman and the restaurant's manager. Now, I'm be honest with you, a lot of these fast food managers, they do have this complex where they feel they could talk to anybody any type of way because they're the manager. I feel like that's not how you do a person. You talk to a person the way you want to be talked to. And just because you're over them and because you can give orders does not reduce them to being a child. All right. I worked in management for years in my job, and I treat people the way I want to be treated. I don't, talk down to a person. I don't be harsh in my words when I speak to them, because I feel like you can get more out of a person when you speak to them respectfully versus when you come to them with this God complex and you feel like, oh, I'm your manager. I can say whatever I want to, however I want to, and you got to do it because I'm your manager. Don't have that attitude. It's just a title. All right. It's just a title. But sometimes black people, white people can be that way too. But black people, I think we be feeling ourselves a little bit too much sometimes when you get promoted into a certain position where you over people and you feel like you can talk shit to people and talk to them any type of way. And everybody will not put up with that. Not everybody care about no fucking chick. They will split your dome if you talk to them wrong. I'm just saying. So we got to watch how we treat people. We have to watch how we engage with people, regardless to if you're the manager, CEO, whatever position you hold over someone else. They still are due a level of respect. Okay. So Maurice Nolan Evans, the Bojangles manager, was arrested and charged with unaliving, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Why he had that at work, I don't even know why. Crazy, right? So prayers up for this family. We're not going to read any more into it. I think we just heard the news portion, which broke it down immensely. So prayers up for this family again. This has to be a very hard thing to deal with around the holidays. again, yes, y'all put the pow-pows down. Don't be out here just pow-powing somebody just because. Now, if you're trying to defend your family, your life, if somebody break into your home, and you feel that you need to pull your weapon to protect, then yes. But just out here carrying a weapon, and because, you know, sometimes you do be feeling yourself like, okay, I got me, you know, you got a weapon or whatever, somebody come at you wrong. It gives you a little bit more pride. It makes you not be afraid to approach a certain situation because, you know, you got that thing on you. But we have to be very cognizant, and we have to be have a trained mind and know what we're doing. That's why they don't allow everyone to be a carrier, because not everyone is responsible. Okay. Period. So yeah, shout out to Neighborhood Talk for that. All right. That's so sad. All right. So Wendy Williams may have some good news coming, you guys. Let's get into that. This is something she's been working on for quite some time. So going into the new year, this might be a huge celebration for Wendy Williams. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so Wendy Williams' attorney says that her guardianship will end this year. This is what she's been asking for. She wants a little more leeway. She wants her money so she can go out and do things that she used to do. She does not look like she's happy with having this guardianship. We've heard a lot of negative things regarding to this guardian that's been over her. Don't allow her to do anything, whatever. But it gives her attorney is saying, hey, at the end of this year, it looks like Wendy's guardianship will be over and she'll get to live a more normal life. So let's get into it according to the Jasmine brand. All right. I'm looking at y'all in the comments. What up, Braylon? Thanks for stopping by, Braylon. All right. Braylon is a content creator. Y'all check him out. Thanks for being here, love. All right. So shout out to Jasmine Brand said that things are looking up for Wendy Williams. All right. So the former talk show host could be freed from her conservatorship before the end of 2025, according to her lawyer, Joe Tapasino. All right. So the guardianship began in 2022 after the bank Wells Fargo raised concerns about possible financial exploitation, which triggered a court-ordered control over her finances and health. All right. Yeah, y'all say yes, Wendy. All right. So the push for termination comes on the heels of a new medical evaluation, which reportedly found that Williams does not show signs of frontotemporal dementia, despite the diagnosis that justified a conservatorship. Now, Tapasino, which is her attorney, speaking on ABC's Nightline, says that Williams does not have frontotemporal, I hope I said it right, dementia, so that should be the game, set, match, meaning she about to get up out of that shit. All right, I'm happy for her. He also added that the plan is this, that there are guardianship attorneys, and we've been assured that Wendy, by year's end, said that she'll be out of her guardianship. They said if all goes according to plan, Wendy will soon regain control over her life and her finances. That's good news, right? Oh, we ain't got to clap, girl. We got sound effects. Hold up. Why I keep forgetting that, y'all? I'm so used to breaking out clapping. We got sound effects. We don't got to do all of that. Let's get up here with these sound effects, girl. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Yes. One more again. Yes, honey. All right. Mm-hmm. See how we moving on up over here a little bit. All right, so yes. So shout out to Wendy Williams for that, okay? Because this is something she's been wanting for quite some time. And prayers up again to her for any other medical stuff that she's dealing with. I would love to see Wendy back in her purple chair. How you doing on that? Because I used to watch her show. I love Wendy. She's messy as hell, but she also be bringing all the good news, right? So shout out to Wendy. I'm happy for her. Nevertheless, okay, moving right along, we got some Ray J news. Okay, Child, Ray J is gonna stay on my timeline over here. I don't know. I be trying not to talk about Ray J, but he's saying so much shit. It's just like, how could we not, right? How could we not? So Elrod, if you guys did not get a chance to, and I'm gonna keep pushing this because it's very much so needed. All right. It definitely needs to be some awareness in regards to this damn The Reckoning is what it's called, documentary on P. Diddy, honey, on Netflix. If you have not had a chance to see it, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Get on over there and watch it, because I'm trying to talk to you guys about it, but I don't want to tell too much because I don't want to spoil the actual documentary. I want y'all to watch it. I want to talk about it so bad. Some of y'all are still like, oh my God, I still haven't had a chance to watch it. But in the documentary, Elrod, who is a very well-known producer, worked with Diddy on his The Love album, okay? pretty good album, but he did not pay Elrod, which was $26,000, which was what was agreed. So he did not pay him. Elrod, of course, was in the documentary. He spoke out. He told what he experienced. He says that he went out and was partying, and he was working on this album with Diddy. He said that several nights he woke up, or mornings rather, he woke up to Diddy laying in the bed beside him, several women laying in the bed beside him sometimes. He woke up with his butt hurting and several other things hurting, and he did not know why. Elrod, I like you. But let me just say, if I wake up and my butt's hurting, that means someone was there. All right. I'm trying to be very clean about this when I say it. All right. And then for you to stay there, and I get that you wanted your money. I feel like you should have hired an attorney and went after Diddy the legal way. But for you to continue to stay there and allow your butt to be hurting the next morning really gave me pause. I'm just saying. It gives that you were violated, and it gives that you stayed another day to further be violated. Okay, you're a grown-ass man, and put two and two together. If I go to bed at night and I wake up and certain body parts that were not hurting before I went to sleep or was knocked out were hurting when I woke up the next morning, that's an indication to me that something was done to me. All right, I'm going to get the hell out of there. I'm not going to turn back. Lawsuits are going to be filed, and heads will be rolling and asses will be kicked. I'm just saying. We already know that Diddy's had a record of allegedly of indulging in both men and women. We've heard about so many SA lawsuits and assaults against Diddy until it's just, we could write a whole fucking book, right? Let's get into this. Elrod says that some nights partying with Diddy ended with a sore booty brownie. Damn, for YouTube's sake, and confused. Now, there are some drugs, if someone put it in your cup, ecstasy, okay, ecstasy is formed to make you overly sexualized, let's say it that way. There are some other like gummies and stuff like that you can take. I don't take none of that shit. But some of those things that they can give you, we've known that they said that Diddy do be spiking like drinks and shit like that. He be Bill Cosby and bitches out here. And that's just not right. So maybe that's something that he did to Elrod to get him to relax or be out of it or unconscious. We've heard several guys talk about it. And I always go back to Q from Day 26, who says that he was given a red pill. Sounds like ecstasy. He was getting a red pill on a way to a Hollywood Hills party by Don Richard from Danny DeCane / Dirty Money, who he was dating at the time. Upon him getting to this party, he did not have, he was disoriented. He was led to some room in a basement where he too was victimized and gang R-worded. When he woke up mid violation, said that way, Diddy was there, according to him. Several other guys and other people were there with cameras in his face, taking pictures and videos of him. And he woke up as well, saying that his butt was hurting. So I know this can't be a lie because too many people are saying this shit. We already know that Justin Bieber went through the same thing, which is why he's been out here batshit crazy, among so many other people. We've also heard about, and you guys can go over to Art of Dialogue. Shout out to Gene Deal for actually bringing it to fruition, where he talked about Usher during the time that Usher was an up-and-coming artist, where he lived with Diddy because Diddy was supposed to be molding him, helping him get his career off the ground. Usher had to be allegedly taken to the hospital because he too was violated and penetrated by butt. Okay, so his mother, Jonetta Patton, had to go and get him from Diddy's home and bring him back to Atlanta because Usher had to be hospitalized because it was just like that. So it gives that he might have been gang R-worded or involved in some things. Usher did an interview where he talked about there were some things as a child that he was not supposed to see while he lived with Diddy, that he will never ever speak on and or talk about. He was around grown women who had their way with him during the time that he was there. So Diddy had him exposed to a lot of things. So when I hear things like this with Elrod coming forward to talk about the things that he experienced and how he was violated or whatever, I believe him. I absolutely believe him. But Ray J, I think you need to be quiet because you were at some of these parties and you hung out with Diddy and you were one of the main ones saying as soon as Diddy got locked up, oh, Diddy should be out. Why? Are you ready for your butt to be hurting again as well? Let's get into what he had to say.
Now, as a journalist, you heard me say what I said, and that's kind of what cranked this whole thing up. But then fast forward to the documentary. Niggas saying that they was getting their ass taken, bro. Multiple times. Kept partying. Nigga owe you some money? Man, Yo, what the fuck is going on in this world, bro? Nigga said I woke up with females in the bed. Then I woke up and Diddy was in the bed. What was Diddy doing in the bed, bro?
Process of elimination. I see you guys asking where's Stevie J. Y'all do know that before Diddy was locked up in Diddy's Miami mansion, Stevie J was actually living in Diddy's house. They were seen out bike riding. Diddy has been around Stevie J since the 90s when Faith Evans was putting out music. When she put out her album, Stevie J was there helping produce albums. He was around Biggie, so he's been around Diddy for quite some time. I would think that he's seen and or have probably participated in some things that Diddy may have been involved in, allegedly. But he has definitely been quiet. He's not been speaking out. He's not been doing any interviews. He's been keeping a very low profile since this Diddy shit happened, since the feds and Homeland Security and everybody came busting up in there. While actually Stevie J was in the mansion in Miami. They bust up in there while he was there. He laid back half naked or whatever, and they got him the hell out of there and searched the home. So what was he doing there? And why were you living with Diddy? And how many times he wake up in your bed? Listen to you.
Oh, man. I went and took a shit, and my shit coming out way more runnier. I'm feeling so.
So, see, you trying to be a smart aleck about this, and I don't think it is ever funny or to make jokes about anyone being violated in any way, shape, or form, Ray J. I do believe if you're hanging around Diddy, you are what you hang around. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not saying that Ray J R-worded anybody, but it could have been that you could have had something slipped in your cup as well. Because why this love and adoration for Diddy, who has all these SA assault cases against him, the same person who was seen in the hotel beating and stomping out Cassie, like he's a monster. So why are you praising this type of attitude, this type of rhetoric from a person who is out here on that kind of time towards women? You have a sister. Imagine if Brandy was in that documentary and she was violated. Would you have that same love for Diddy? See, people don't feel the same way when shit hit close to home. You have nieces. Let's even get closer. You have a daughter. So imagine your daughter coming to you and say, Dad, you know, Diddy did something to me. Okay, you're gonna be ready to take this person out to avenge your daughter. So why is it that you're hearing that Diddy is doing all these things to other people, including Cassie, who you knew and was around quite a bit, according to what you said in other interviews? I'm pretty sure you saw some things at parties that were very much so inappropriate. You turned your head because it was Diddy. You turned your head because you didn't want to be involved. If you love Diddy so much, why the fuck weren't you at his trial? Because none of his friends came forward to testify for him at his trial. Why were you not one of the ones who came to the trial to testify on Diddy's behalf? You were also hiding and quiet as well. Could it be that you may be on some videos that we haven't seen yet, Ray J? I'm just saying. Because word on the curve is people were calling you Gay J versus Ray J. That's what the people said. I didn't say it. People calling you Gay J. All right. That's what they were calling you. And for them to call you that, it would give them maybe you might have been participating in some of those videos as well. So what's good for the goose is good for the damn gander. I feel like you should shut the fuck up a little bit, or maybe a lot of bit, because you don't want to wind up getting yourself out there to where somebody remembers some shit about you from a party, okay? While you are trying to downplay someone else's pain and what happened to this person after you watch this documentary. I'm for L-Rod. I am for anyone who's been victimized and or automized or any other eyes that should not be done to them against their will, period. That's how I feel. I watched the documentary. I've seen several videos where L-Rod's talked about this. He filed a lawsuit. Diddy has not paid him, which is why the fucking documentary got out there in the first place, because he didn't pay the damn videographer. And I'm kind of glad that your ass didn't do it, because all the things that were put out there about you, all the private videos, needed to be seen. So that is his karma. He's got more karma coming. Also, I saw that they were pushing back. What's the guy's name? Give me 1 second, because and I know I'm all over the place right quick, guys, but give me 1 second, because I can't remember the guy's name. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So Keefe D's trial has been pushed back until mid 2026. Okay, that's a great thing. And I said that because with this documentary coming out, could it be that investigators may be looking into Diddy? Because it was alleged that Diddy on the documentary paid money, $1 million, to have Tupac taken out. Keefe D is currently in prison right now for helping orchestrating the unaliving of Tupac Shakur, rapper Tupac Shakur. So y'all know his trial was coming up end of December. They've now moved his trial back to I want to say it's June-ish, May-ish, or June-ish of 2026. Could it be that they are now looking more into evidence that could be linking Diddy to said trial or said offense or unaliving Tupac Shakur? And they could also be looking into whatever happened to Biggie and who could be behind it, because they never found out who was involved in this, right? That's my take. So why are they pushing it back so far? I feel, because I always tell y'all, anytime a documentary come out, it's a telltale sign that somebody's ass is going to jail. Look at R. Kelly. I keep saying it, right? Look at R. Kelly. Who would have known he would have been getting 30-something years after Surviving R. Kelly 4-part series hit our Netflix, right? So Dwayne Keefe D's trial has been pushed back because I feel that there is some type of link with Diddy. I feel like they maybe wanted to pin something on him. Yes. All right. Let's look at this right quick. And this is not a part of my show, but when I'm talking about something, and I'll leave the trigger warning banner up because I feel, honey, child, I really feel like they're about to get Diddy, y'all. I really feel like somebody is about to get Diddy. All right. All right. So what you guys see here, it says, why have some linked Diddy to Tupac and Biggie's unaliving? All right, untangling the claims surrounding his alleged role in the unsolved cases. Again, you got to watch the documentary, okay, to understand what's going on here. All right, so it says, need to know. Diddy and Biggie were close friends, as you guys know, mentor and the founder of his record label, Bad Boy. Said the Tupac and Biggie were pow and unalived in 1996 and 1997, respectively. For years, Diddy has faced unproven allegations attempting to tie him to both cases. Now, for decades, Sean Diddy Combs has repeatedly denied any involvement in the unalivings of Tupac Shakur and Christopher Notorious Big Wallace, also known as Biggie Smalls. Tupac was fatally pow-powed in a drive-by in Los Angeles in September 7th of 1996 and passed away 6 days later. It said that just 6 months after his death, Biggie was unalived in a similar drive-by on March 9th of 1997 in Los Angeles. All right, so the backdrop for both tragedies was a rap landslide defined by intense rivalries, fractured friendships, and the notorious East Coast West Coast feud, as we all know. All right, so Diddy and Biggie's close friend, producer and head of Bad Boy, was leading to figure on the East Coast side of the divide. Now, for said over years, Diddy's name has repeatedly been pulled into narratives surrounding both deaths. Netflix documentaries or series, rather, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, which premiered on December 2nd, revisits the connections to Tupac and Biggie, featuring several individuals who alleged that may have played a role in their deaths. It says that I think that Sean had a lot to do with the deaths of Tupac and he ushered Biggie to his death as well. Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burrows claimed in the documentary. Says that what are the alleged links between Diddy and the deaths of Tupac Shakur? Said here's everything you need to know. All right, do I feel like he did? I do. Again, if you guys want to read up more on that, I think you guys should head on over. I'll put the link here. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to put links so y'all can go, because I don't have time to stay on it too long, you guys. But you guys can go at your leisure and read. So again, I feel like they're pushing Keefe D's trial back so that they can look into some things that may be attached to Diddy in this case. All right. But that's the link where we were just reading. So let's move along. All right. Yeah, honey, they might be ready to get Diddy. Why they already got him behind bars, they'd be like, he's already in the perfect place. We need him. Child, leave him right there. And we're going to go ahead and dig up some stuff and see if there's a connection here, okay? Yes, honey. So moving right along, Leandria Johnson, gospel singer Leandria Johnson, has found herself in another drunken rant. Let's get into her. I really want her to get the help she needs because this is not a good look for her. It looks like at one point she's going to be doing well, and then she's right back into these drunken cussing rants on social media. I'm not sure why she keeps getting drunk and go to social media. Like, girl, stay off social media. If you're going to be drinking and cussing and carrying on, don't do it on social media because people are already side-eyeing you, canceling a lot of your gospel programs that you're supposed to be performing at, which is effing up your bag out here, sis. Like, you can't be straddling the fence. You got to be hot or cold, as they say in church. But Leandria Johnson, honey, is caught drunk on live again. Said, are the church prayers working? I don't know, girl. I don't know. All right, let's get into it according to the North Carolina Beat. Let's get into her, then we'll read, okay?
What the fuck, Leandria Johnson? Guess what? Everybody want to say what the fuck Leandria Johnson on. I'm gonna tell you like this. Women be women. I'm inquiring minds. I'm inquiring minds. And guess what?
Inquiring minds is what she called it. Okay, now we call it inquiring minds, but after a few shots of Don Julio, it's called inquiring minds. Okay, that's what she's calling it. Not shades though, but girl, this is not a good look for you.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit. The fuck out of here. Guess what? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Oh, okay.
Yikes.
You know why I said it? I ain't even gonna say it. But anyway. Alright, good night.
Can you figure out how to cook her? Oh, Lord Jesus.
What the fuck, Leandria Johnson? Guess what? Everybody want to say what the fuck Leandria Johnson on. I'm gonna tell you like this. Women be women. I'm inquiring minds. I'm inquiring minds. And guess what? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. The fuck out of here. Guess what? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Oh, okay. You know why I said it? I ain't even gonna say it. But anyway. Alright, good night.
So you guys heard it there. Shout out to North Carolina Beat. This is very sad. I'll be honest with you. She's very talented. I feel like she's dealing with some demons that we're probably unaware of. She's been dealing with quite some time with alcoholism. She did talk about on Candy's Speak On It interview. She did break down and start crying. Candy started crying as well, where she was talking about some things that she went through. She lost some very close people to her that was very close to her, and she turned to drinking as a result of that. She's had some very unfortunate things happen in her life, but she has turned to drinking as a way to cope with the pain and the agony of what she was dealing with, which sometimes that could be a very bad thing. She's already had like 2 or 3 other cases where she's been seen out drunk in public, acting very erratic, where the police have had to arrest her. She's had to go to AA meetings and other things as well, court appearances. And here she is again, back on social media, cussing people out, using very profane language when she's seen as a, one of gospel's best, where I told you guys where several churches have canceled her and not allowed her to perform on their platforms because of videos just like this. It's not appropriate. Someone asked in the chat, does she have children? She does, but her children are grown. Sometimes when a person want to do what they want to do, that's just what they want to do. You can't stop a person. If she wants to take a drink, smoke, she's been seen on live smoking weed. Yes. Getting high as a Cooter Brown, high as Whitney Houston child at the gas station with that mink coat on, and we know her ass was fucking high. But she's been seen high, drunk, cussing, ranting, raging, calling out pastors, telling them get the F out of here, F this pastor. Y'all know she had a run-in with Marvin Winans, the gospel artist Marvin Winans, for calling her out and saying, hey, you got to be in the world but not of the world. That her behavior that she's been displaying on social media, he would not allow her to minister in his church. She also got banned from participating in and performing at the Kojic, what is it, like the thing that they have every year, which is a huge thing where like the Clark sisters and everyone are there, and she was supposed to perform. That would have been a nice bag for her, but people were like, we don't want her on our platform because of how she displays herself when she's on social media and different things that people see in the media as regarding her. Again, she's an awesome singer. If you've never heard her sing, baby, listen, y'all know that she was first introduced to us by Sunday's Best. She got up there, she was looking very homely in her flip-flops, but baby, when she opened her mouth and she sang, I was like, who is this person? And from there, her career has just taken off. But unfortunately, she's really been going through some very, very hard situations, which has caused her to turn to drugs and alcohol. And when I say drugs, I mean weed. I don't know what other drugs she may be on, if that, but I do know I've seen videos where she was smoking marijuana and heavily drinking and cursing and slurring and all the things of the things. Okay. She does have a church in Atlanta. I will not be attending, but again, prayers up. I don't want to kick a person when they're down. I do want the very best for her because she does have a lot of great things inside of her. Sometimes people just lose their way and get off the beaten path. And instead of judging a person, sometimes you have to pray a person out of a situation. So that's where I'm choosing to go. I'm not showing this to pick at her, to kick her when she's down. That's not what this video is about. It's really to say, hey, let's just solicit prayers for her. She's obviously in a dark space, and she's turned to alcohol once again, and is seen back on social media in a very unfortunate situation. So prayers up. I said that the saints might want to clutch their pearls and ask themselves if their prayers are making it past the light switch, because Leander Johnson is out here acting up on Instagram Live again. And the church keeps cutting checks like nothing is wrong. All right. Not all the church. I've been seeing a lot of people canceling her. This says that one of our Beat Mob insiders slid us a video that allegedly shows the Grammy-winning gospel artist seemingly drunk, slurring, and cussing like she was at a juke joint. Not a juke joint, child. Down there with Suge Avery and them. But prayers up. I have nothing negative to say. I really wish her the best. I do. All right. Moving along. Let's get into this Kamora Simmons interview where she talks about her daughter, her youngest daughter. Okay. All of her daughters are beautiful. Okay. But her youngest daughter, who decided to, Aoki Lee, who was dating this much older man who was like 65 years old. Do I feel like that's predatorial where her daughter is, even though she's an adult, when you see her, she's like, barely 20 something years old. And then this 65-year-old nasty, sloppy, fat white guy is like pushing up on her and trying to date her and has his hands in places maybe he should not, in public pictures that were taken by like paparazzi. Kamora Simmons, she calls out her daughter Aoki's brief romance with the 65-year-old predatorial man and calls it predatorial and crazy. I agree. Okay. What does a 65-year-old man want with a barely 20-something-year-old daughter? Okay. Let's go ahead and get into what she had to say. Then we'll read up on it. Okay. The child, shout out to Ball Alert.
He also had some other press that I have to ask you about, which I was shocked. Even
which one?
With the 65-year-old man. Are you going to talk about it on the show? It was a big deal, like for pop culture, by the way. Like it really exploded. I feel like everyone saw it. Those photos.
Why though? Why is it a big deal though? Because if you look back, okay, well, first of all,
it's like, why is this stunning, young, hot, beautiful?
True, but you see that all the time. But I think we don't count these ages. I don't think we count these ages of people of what they really are.
I mean, it's not like she was seen with like Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? It was like a 65-year-old. Like,
isn't that the same
as like Leo?
No. He's gonna say I am not 65 and I don't look like.
Okay, so Kamora Simmons would definitely know how predatorial or crazy and inappropriate relationships would look like, because she too was in one when she was with Russell Simmons, who pretty much came to her high school and found her at a 17. She was at the tender age of 17 years old. He got permission from her mother to date her while he was fully in his almost 30s. So what does a 30-year-old want with a 17-year-old? Mind you, she started dating him at the tender age of, I think they said 17 from what I read. She got signed as being a top model back in the day where she walked runways. Very beautiful girl. And a lot of that, I feel like Russell helped catapult her career, but I do feel the relationship was highly inappropriate because she was not an adult. You're not deemed an adult until you're 18 to 21 years old. She was 17. How the fuck are you as a 30-something-year-old man going to a high school and picking out a child to be your woman? And of course, they had to be intimate intimate and all of the things. He's 30. He's not waiting until she turns 18. Fuck out of here. I get so tired of hearing grown-ass men who say, oh, we waited until she was 18. No, the fuck you did not. You were intimate with a child. So Kimora would definitely know inappropriate relationship when she sees it. So it's giving that same action that she went through. All right. And I feel like she went through some things, saw some things because she was in the industry as well. We've heard about Russell Simmons being inappropriate with women. We have women right now, several lawsuits against Russell Simmons for some essays and some inappropriate behaviors, and where he forced himself, and I'm not going to say allegedly because those are lawsuits, where it says that he forced himself on women. So it shows that he has an aggressive nature when it comes to women because he feels, I'm Russell Simmons. You should fall at my feet. If I want it, then I should be able to get it because I am Russell Simmons. And you have men like that, like Diddy, maybe Jay-Z could feel that way. Maybe 50 Cent could feel that way because of who they are and what's in their bank account. You have men that really feel that way. Like, how dare you say no to me? So with this situation, I see why she would feel that way, that her daughter was in a predatory situation. Yes, because why would a 65-year-old man be running around and scouring I said playground maybe for your baby girl? Like, is there not any other women out there available that he could be with? But let's continue.
Like that. You're right. I'm not saying that about Leo. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm not saying that, but I just meant older man. To me, that's the shock of it all.
Was this when she was traveling during your filming? Aoki also had some other press that I have to ask you about, which I was shocked. Even
which one?
With the 65-year-old man. Are you going to talk about it on the show? It was a big deal, like for pop culture, by the way. Like it really exploded. I feel like everyone.
No.
Oh, it wasn't the same time.
No, I feel like that was like a couple years ago already. I feel like that was a while ago.
That was 2024, like April 2024.
We're almost in 2026. Yeah,
like April
we're
2024. So like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Well, a few months will be even April again, so it'll be 2
years.
Yeah, that was a while ago. We didn't. So you
didn't discuss it on the show. What was your reaction to that in real time?
I let my kids make their own mistakes. Like I said, that's the whole thing we were saying about living out your life in public. And I think that's very, very, very tough. I don't even think that was a moment for them, though. Or I should say the opposite. I think it was just that, a moment. I don't think it needs him. Is that okay to say legally?
I think so.
Reputation precedes you. So I was learning some of these things as I went along, too. And
were you like, what the hell are you doing, Aoki, or no?
I was, but I didn't say it in that way because it was this fast that it blew up to be so much. And so then you can't be the mom that's like, what the hell are you doing? But that definitely was the thing. But it went from 0 to 100 really quick. And I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I found out when the world found out. So that was what was so shocking. And you can't say as a mom, and I've learned all these crazy things, you can't give the, I told you so right now. You can't give the, what the hell are you doing right now?
Okay. So as you guys can see, she was not happy to find out that these pictures publicly were all plastered all over social media and everywhere else, magazines and all of that. Her daughter, who's very young at the time and still trying to figure out what she wanted to do with life, was dating this 65-year-old man with his huge ass belly, gray hair everywhere, just sloppy looking. Like, he had a lot of money. Aoki was seeing like kissing him all in the mouth and stuff on videos, like lives when she would go live with him. He was taking very good care of her financially, but it looked very gross and or weird for their dynamic to be seen, where this young girl would look like she could be his granddaughter, all up on him and him touching her inappropriately, like on the beach, where she had on a barely there bathing suit, and he was like standing behind her and just like he was trying to kiss her, and his tongue and stuff all on her. It was real. It was really weird. But of course, Kimora being her mother and knowing what she went through and had to go through as a young girl herself, I think that she was kind of thinking like, I don't want this for my daughter. I don't want Aoki to go through what I went through. Okay. I feel like that's what she was looking at. Plus, she was very, very frail and thin. So I think that she may have been going through something internally, because it looked like she was starving herself. Now, granted, she's not a very big girl, but when you start to see bones like in this area to where it looked like you are starving yourself, or maybe eating and throwing up, you know how a lot of models do. They eat and throw up so that they can maintain their weight. It was given that something was going on to where she was not eating properly, and she may have been under some immense stress is what it was giving. But she was enjoying the high life and being able to travel all over the world and have all of these monetary things from this very rich, nasty looking old ass man that she was dating as well. So it was, I don't know, maybe a catch-22. Like, yeah, he's an old, ugly ass man, but bitch, he paying my bills, and you know, I ain't got to worry about shit, that I could travel whenever I want to. Because you know, at the time she did not have a relationship like that with her dad, Russell Simmons, because he was acting crazy and then cussed her out on live. Y'all remember we talked about that. But y'all sign off on what y'all think about that, okay? I see you guys did put it in there to say that, of course, Kumar is bringing back. If you guys have any of your baby fat attire, you might want to hold on to it. I started giving a lot of my baby fat stuff away. One of the reasons is because I couldn't fit the jeans anymore. I still have one pair where I do have like the heart shaped baby fat symbol on the back of the jeans downstairs in my closet. I'm going to hold on to those. I may have them taken in or something like that, because they are the original baby fat jeans. So yeah, she is bringing it back. I kind of feel bad now that I gave the other jeans away, but I couldn't fit them no more. But she's bringing it back. Y'all know styles do repeat themselves. So yeah, if y'all have some baby fat attire, keep it, y'all, because it's getting ready to be hot again. So y'all can go ahead and throw those on. If you have some jeans, you can turn them into some nice little shorty shorts, okay? Because it's going to be summer here soon. You want to be outside in your cute little shorty shorts, all right? So I don't know. I might make mine into some booty shorts or something. I don't know. But yeah. So hold on to your baby fat attire, because it's coming. Well, it's already back. She's already started it again. All right, let's get into our next topic. Angie Stone's son sits down for a very intimate interview where he gives some very personal details that we never knew about. Shout out to the 422 watching. We almost got 500 in here watching me. Good morning. Before we do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and do my jam session so we can go ahead and get the likes up. I have 422 watching. I need everyone to tap on that like button, all right? You don't have to be in the chat. That's fine. If you wish to stay in the bushes, that's all right. Please go ahead and tap on the like button so that we can support the video of all the news that you guys are getting. I do not ask you guys for cash apps or super stickers over here, or any other monetary anything on this channel unless you want to give. But the only thing I do ask for are likes, and those are free. Okay, so let's please, if you did not hit the like button, please step out and tap on that like, and then come right back. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some music so that will make it a little more satisfying for you to do so. All right. Hey. Tap, tap, tap. Let's go. How y'all doing? We're back. Thank y'all for joining. This is Kim Morrell Show. I'm Kim Morrell. That was our jam session. I hope you guys all tapped on that like button so we can push this video into the algorithm. All right. Let's get back to our topic. Shout out to the Shade Room. We were talking about Angie Stone's son, who's done his first intimate interview after his now father, D'Angelo's passing of a couple months now. Michael Archer Jr., who was named after his father, reveals his father did not tell him that he had pancreatic cancer and that his mother had kidney dialysis before fatal accident. Okay, so it sounds like he's been holding on to a lot. Sometimes, most times, that when you're talking about something that's very near and dear like this, losing two parents in the same year is wild. So there's no telling what he's dealing with. I hope he's definitely getting some grief counseling, and that he has a lot of family around him that's helping him get through this, and that he can vocalize his feelings, because sometimes holding it in cannot be good. Grief, honey, people pass away from grief. Okay, people can grieve themselves to death. So it's very essential and important to be around people who are uplifting you, that have prayers for you, that help you get through that, where you can vocalize your feelings and you can get that out, because that has to be a lot. I know his chest be tight many, many days and nights thinking about his mother. It sounds like he was very close to Angie, and it was unfortunate she was in a car accident where she lost her life. He's going to talk about that. He's going to also talk about D'Angelo and some other things that he's been dealing with. All right. But let's go ahead and get into this interview because it's very touching. So he is here on the Tamron Hall Show, and he's being very, very transparent. So let's go. All right.
Your father did not tell you he had pancreatic cancer. As I understand, you learned, and so many parents do this, right? They think they're shielding us by not telling us. My understanding is you got a phone call from uncles who told you.
Well, I knew he was in the hospital, but I didn't really know how bad it was. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer?
No, but I kind of put two and two together.
How so?
You know, he called me on FaceTime and I seen him.
You saw him?
And you know, I seen what I saw, and then I started calling my uncles like, man, what's going on? What's going on? And they, you know. He had kind of told everybody, don't tell me. You know, he's like, you going through enough, you know, whatever. But yeah, I ended up getting that call, man. You know, both my uncles called me at the same time. Like,
your father.
Continue.
And they basically gave me the news. So I hurried up, got myself together, packed the bag, and went up there to go be with him.
You came to New York to be with your dad.
For sure.
You grew up, as I said, with two iconic parents, but they are just your parents.
Right.
So I'm picturing this young man. How old are you now, Michael?
28.
You're 28. You're a baby, right?
Yeah.
You're walking into this hospital, but now you're there. You walk into a very different person in that room.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I never even really seen my daddy like with an ailment or nothing like that. Like he always, you know. He always was this figure to me. So I seen him like that, and I actually see what my eyes was going on. I just bust out crying, you know. And he woke up and saw me. He was smiling. So I just hurried up and wiped that off, you know what I'm saying? He telling nurses, he called the nurses like, hey man, it's my son right here. That's my son. You know, and they basically.
Wow.
My mom, you know, she passed on my birthday, like morning after my birthday. And it's like, you know, me and her talk so much, so that's like my best friend. So after it happened, it's like it's just a silence. That was the craziest thing about it. Everything is so quiet. You know, if you riding around Atlanta, you know, you might be driving for an hour and a half. You know, in that hour and a half, my mama is gonna call me to talk about nothing. Like she's just gonna do that, you know. And you know, sometimes, you know, while she was here, it was like, oh my God, what she want? But it's like, man, I swear to God, I'd give anything to get one of them calls again, you know. My mom, you know, she passed on my birthday, like the morning after my birthday. On my birthday, she got the news that she got approved for her kidney. You know, you know what I'm saying? So
the proximity of this news, you learned on your birthday she'd been approved for the kidney.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to be with her. She told you go celebrate your birthday.
Yeah.
And not come on the road. She wanted you to be able to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
She was on the road.
Yeah.
And you got word about the accident.
Yeah. So I went out that night, you know, went to the club or whatever. You know, I had these 2 new records I was putting out, so I went to the club, had the DJ play it. You know, I got a good reception or whatever. So I get in the car. I'm trying to call my mama to tell her like, man, these new songs bumping, man. They gonna work, man. You know, we would talk like that. But on my birthday, she got she didn't answer. So I think she called me. By the time I got home and passed out, she had called me, but I missed that call. And then probably like 6 in the morning, my auntie Blondie and my auntie Deltonia, they came just busting my crib. They like, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, I'll be confused when I wake up in the morning. But I'm like, what's going on? Like, why y'all here? And they not telling me nothing. They just trying to get my sister on the phone because they want to tell both of us at the same time. So by the time they got my sister on the phone, they let me know that she was in an accident. She had already passed away then, but they didn't tell me that. They was just like, you need to get down here. So, I rode that whole way from Atlanta to Alabama, just kind of like holding out hope, like that she was gonna make it. But the more she didn't call me, it's like I knew what was going on.
That's so sad. That's so sad. I think they didn't want him to just like freak out because they knew that he was very close to his mom. So they were withholding information from him. But he was like, hey, I know my mama because she would have called me by now. She would have said something to me by now. And the fact that she did not call, I think he knew the inevitable had already happened. But you guys do know that Angie Stone was her Sprinter van was hit by an 18-wheeler on the way back from performing. She was in Alabama when it occurred, where a 18-wheeler crossed over the median part and hit their van head on, flipping their van, which several other people were injured as well. Angie Stone was the only person who succumbed to the injuries from that accident. Okay. I showed you guys the video, pictures, all of that. Now that I look back, I was like, was it too soon to do that? But during the time, I think everybody was in such shock. So was I, but I wanted to give you guys all the news related to that. I didn't want to be disrespectful in that regard, but I know a lot of people have been asking me to cover it. So we did. But in this interview, he's sharing how his father was trying to keep from him what he was dealing with his pancreatic cancer. He was there with him when he took his final breath, thank God. But he was not able to be with his mother when she passed away. So I don't know if maybe his guardian angels were telling him, hey, do not go on the road with your mother, because if he was in that van during the time that this accident occurred, he probably could have lost his life as well or been badly injured. So maybe that was his guardian angels, hers. I don't know. Maybe it was a spirit telling her to tell her son, don't come with me on the road, like stay back and do whatever you're doing, which that ultimately saved his life. And that's how it be sometimes. You guys have to look at it in that type of standpoint. Sometimes if you want to go somewhere and do something, a lot of times when things don't work out, or when you feel that urging feeling to say, hey, don't go somewhere or don't do something, a lot of times you want to follow that because it's something that's kind of keeping you from being in a space where you may get injured, hurt, whatever. It could be some type of horrific accident or something that you're avoiding when you follow your instinct. All right. So maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe as a mother protecting her son. I don't know. Sometimes, they say the spirits kind of talk to you and tell you things. Not saying that she knew she was going to be in an accident that day, but you just never know why things happen the way that they do. Usually she's with her son, because I've seen videos, he travels with her when she go out of town. So this particular time she said, no, you go and enjoy your birthday. I'll see you whenever I get back. That's when the accident occurred. Thankfully, he was not in the van with his mom when it occurred, or he probably will not be here to talk about that as well. So that will be 3 people that's not here. And I think that, with Angie Stone not being here, as far as D'Angelo being gone as well, with both parents being gone, it's definitely great that he wasn't there so that he could be there for his sister, who is also grieving the loss of Angie Stone as well. So we just never know why things happen. Again, rest in peace to Angie Stone. I'm still like, Angie Stone, rest in peace. It's weird to say it still. And of course, D'Angelo as well. He did not want people to know that he was sick. A lot of people were saying, why was he not at Angie Stone's funeral? I did not see any pictures, videos. I shared the funeral. We didn't see it. He didn't go up and speak, probably because he did not want pictures and stuff like that floating around with him being very frail, because I did see and or hear where people were saying that D'Angelo had lost a lot of weight with him dealing with his pancreatic cancer. He was doing like not dialysis, but chemo and stuff like that. So he did not want people to see him in that way. Because y'all know people saw him as a sex symbol. So for him to be walking around or to be seen out looking very frail with like bones in his face, he probably didn't want people to see that. So he didn't even want his own son, who was his bloodborn child, to know that he was dealing with that. So he had a lot of pride. It's sad. But you guys drop in there, let me know what y'all think. about this situation. Prayers up for this son, because my God, that's a lot to carry for losing both parents. Losing both parents in 1 year, that's a lot. If you've ever lost a parent, you know how it feels. I lost my father, so I get it. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I would do if my mom was lost, and you know, if I lost her, period. Let alone in the same year that I lost my father. That's a lot for someone as young as him, 28 years old. That's a lot. So prayers up for him. I hope that his family is definitely rallying around him to give him the necessary support that he needs. Okay, all right. Ooh, that was a lot, child. I said, be here and get up off that, child, because I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be here grabbing my chest, child, because y'all know stuff like that, it will get to you. All right, moving right along. No prayers up for that young man. Good God, that's a lot. All right, so let's get into the beef of Marlon Wayans and 50 Cent. All right, this is something that has been ongoing. I told you guys yesterday, this started with Marlon Wayans giving his take on how he felt about this damn Diddy documentary. I'm not sure why he's capping for Diddy so much. Maybe he was at a few Diddy parties. I don't know. But he's taken out his anger and vitriol on 50 Cent for putting out this damn documentary saying, hey, why kick a black man when he's down? We all know that Diddy is in jail right now serving time. And then the documentary comes out. Marlon Wayans was not happy about that. He had a lot to say about that, and he came for 50 Cent. And let's go ahead and get into it. So Marlon Wayans and 50 Cent continue sending shots on social media over the Diddy documentary. So shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Let's get into it. All right, so 50 Cent posts this, trying to say maybe that Marlon is kind of fruity. He said that 50 Cent said that Diddy got this fool trying to get at me, LOL. No AI, that's your boy, or that's your vibe, boy. Said to keep my name out your mouth at 50 Cent. All right, ciao. Marlon Wayans posts this picture of 50 Cent. It looks like it may be AI, because I don't think 50 would be in a hot tub with Diddy, because they hate each other. Marlon Wayans says that just for the record, bro, let's correct the narratives, Curtis. Rubber dub, stop. Okay, that was wait. Okay, so that was Marlon Wayans get back at 50 for, I guess, saying that he was a fruit monster. I don't know. So right here, Marlon Wayans makes it clear that he does not condone any AB use of women after his back and forth with 50 Cent. Says the good day, Curtis. Let's see what he had to say.
Zero fucks. Good day.
How you start a sentence out? Well, yeah, zero fucks. All right, let's continue, child. Let's continue. Marlon Wayans says, just enjoying my life and my, what is that? Legal Trident cigars. Calm before the storm. Says that for the record, I don't condone any AB use of women, period. Unlike some people who have a track record of DV, said I have 5 sisters and a mother that I honor. I rep US always, rep us rather always. Says that don't let anyone create narratives. Marlon Lamont Wayans is an exceptional man. Good day, Curtis. So petty. Oh my God. So 50 Cent delivers another message to Marlon Wayans. Says that I want all the smoke, punk. Oh wow.
Never.
So this is what Marlon had to say. Let's go.
Those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties, and even if I go, like I said, been doing Diddy parties for 15 years, and I must say, you never let me down, Puff. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Good times, people. I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen? Never. Those aren't the type of parties that I go to.
Yo. 50 Cent, you know for this. Let me stop. So 50 says that I'm number 1 in 49 countries. All right. Fire emoji. He says, I want all the smoke, punk. So at 50, he's letting Marlon know you motherfucking lie to say that you've never been to any Diddy parties. Here's a picture of you with Diddy, okay, at one of Diddy parties. And then, of course, he puts this little video out, this where it looks like he may have been in maybe a FO or 2. I don't know. Let's continue, child. Oh, my God, this is getting messy. First, Ja Rule jumps in on the bullshit, and now Marlon Wayans. Like, so Marlon then makes this post, 12 years of slave with 50 Cent's picture, of course. I thought that was corny once again. Like his clapbacks be mad corny. Now I see why, because when I tried to watch his Netflix special, I thought it was fucking corny. Like his jokes were like, wah, wah, wah. Okay. I was like, what is this? He is not as funny as he is in movies. So stand-up is not for everyone. And Marlon Wayans, we're talking about you. All right, but yeah, this was not funny. Okay. You just fueled 50 Cent coming after you even more. So as you guys can see, 50 Cent tells Marlon Wayans to keep his name out of his mouth after sending Karma warning over Diddy documentary. Okay. 50 Cent then posted this about Marlon Wayans. You guys remember he was in what is his White Chicks? You guys remember the movie? Again, 50 Cent is saying, hey, keep my name out of your mouth, boy. Again, I said yesterday, anytime another man calls another man boy, that's a direct insult because you are questioning his manhood. All right. So let's get into Marlon Wayans speaks on Diddy documentary.
Be all close. But yo, look, Puff is
Nah. You working with Pac
Puff for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew
People very close to the situation.
But you can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have.
I could create a narrative.
Well,
we
see it all the time in reality shows.
Like,
reality
that's right.
shows.
Yeah,
That's how they're wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way.
So why are you inserting yourself? Everyone has an opinion. You're going to have some people that like the documentary, some people that don't. You are making public statements. You are making jabs at 50 Cent for doing a documentary that you say you don't agree with. Okay. But why are you inserting yourself as if you're trying to take up for Puffy? Because you might be scared of some shit coming out on you, because we already caught you in a lie to say, I've never even attended a Diddy party, when there's pictures floating around where you're at a Diddy party. So we all know what happened at Diddy parties. Not saying that he was in a room with his ass tooted up. We don't know that. But the fact that you are coming hard at 50 Cent, who was never an arch enemy of yours, because he did something that I felt was very reputable. He is number one, as he says, in 49 countries. You couldn't even be number one on Netflix in a stand-up comedy show. So at the end of the day, it's giving maybe some hate. Maybe a little clout is what you're looking for here, because who the fuck is talking about Marlon Wayans? Nobody, not even Keith Sweat. All right, moving right along, because I'm not talking about you no more either. 50 Cent is probably the last person that you want to be petty with and talk shit to and or about, because his level of petty is always out there. Okay, like he does not stop. When you piss him off, like fuck around and have a documentary about you. I said the same thing about Ja Rule. Like you might want to sit this one out, because 50 Cent's petty level is always on a whole nother notch. Okay, I would not fool with it. Like, stop putting subliminals up. If you don't agree with it, fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, but when you take it as far as continuously challenging a person and putting up pictures and coming for them and keep doing interviews, you kind of open that door to a person exposing some shit about you that you might not want to be out there. You don't know what 50's sitting on. You don't know what he knows, who he knows, or where he would get the information from. And then your ass be in a documentary with your ass tooted up and then you mad. Abort mission, baby. Abort mission. Okay. Learn to leave people alone. Let's get into the reality entertainment of the show. All right. Let's get into it, honey. I'm just saying. All right. I want you out here being no fruit monster. I want you being no fruit monster now, because you find some shit on you. I'm gonna entertain it on my show. I'm just letting you know we're gonna talk about it over here. All right, so let's get into the next thing. Claudia Jordan expresses concern on Todd, saying right before he signed a prenup against the advice of his attorneys, he says, "I'm going to sign this." So of course, you guys can watch the full episode on Reality with the King, but we're going to watch just a clip where Claudia Jordan speaks on what Todd said right before he signed the prenup with Kandi Burruss. You guys know they're going through a divorce. Kandi filed for divorce, about a month ago now. We've been talking about this, talking about and they're saying that Kandi may not have a leg to stand on with this prenup, that Todd may find some type of loophole. But let's go ahead and get into what Dustin, Carlos King, Claudia, and this person named Blue has to say about this situation. Shout out to Reality with the King. Let's go.
To y'all, might there be an argument that you never really wanted, this was your game plan for a long time? Because if I was really wanting to engage in the negotiating process, when I first got the documents, I could have the paperwork in her terms. Maybe I'd say, oh, let me see, line 8, I don't like this. Let's push back on this. Like, to have honest negotiations, right? In those months you had leading up to this, instead of waiting to the day of and then saying on camera, again, my lawyer's advice, you know, if you really wanted to have honest negotiations, you would have been going back and forth, like actively leading up to the wedding instead of the day of. And then you can like say later on, oh, like you, none of the terms you challenged during those months in between. And then the day of you know,
That's a great point. No, I got a question for you, Claudia, because I feel like I'm the bad kid who did not do his homework. Although, like Justin said, I produced a special, but I don't remember. So wait,
well, you
are
have
you
so many
saying
shows, Carlos? It's hard to keep track.
God is good? But
All the time.
Claudia, are you all the time he's good? But Claudia, are you saying that? Because I don't remember that. Are you saying that Todd said on camera, "I'm signing this against my will"?
He said, against the advice of my lawyer, I'm going to sign this. He said that. Yeah, am I wrong?
Oh boy, that might be a problem. If you said that and it's on camera, ooh,
he said that.
Definitely said that. He definitely said that on the show.
So if I'm to go, okay, I remember a company strong armed me to sign some documents, and my lawyer was like, no. But then they did some grimy, like, if you don't, right? So that's under duress, right? That's under duress. That is for real under duress. And like so having an unrealistic time, like do it by tomorrow. But when you have months to go back and forth, and you chose not, if he chose not to negotiate and then waited till that day to make that declaration on camera, to me, that's a problem. Now, if I'm wrong, and if they were going back and forth in the meantime, you have more of a case. The way it is, what it's looking like, again, allegedly, I'm not in that family's business. But he did say that on the show. I do remember that.
Even if he said
that might be a problem.
That though, that one statement can't negate the hours and hours of footage of them going through discussions about the prenup, about what the issues were that Candy was, standing on, that Todd wanted changed. Like there was active discussion going on, active conversations being had about the prenup. To me, I'm no attorney, you know what I'm saying? I wish my girl E was up here right now. But I don't think that, thank you, because I don't think that one damn line of him saying, against the advice of my lawyer or whatever, that's not going to negate the hours of footage. And that's
to y'all.
So what do y'all think about that? All right. I told you guys before that showed you guys several attorneys that said that there may be a loophole and that Candy may be in some trouble with this damn prenup, and that hey, Todd may be able to come up on a coin or two, a nice little piece of coin or two, because of the way this prenup was put together and presented to him. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Of course, their divorce has now been sealed to where they do not want any personal information out there. But we're bloggers, we will find out regardless. All right, because I'm nosy. I'm gonna find out what had happened, and I'm gonna come right back here and let you guys know. All right, so Candy is still out here working, girl. She is working. She's not allowing this divorce situation to get her down and to put her in a situation where she is just so depressed to where she can't work and get a coin. Y'all know Candy is gonna work if she don't do nothing else. All right, but Candy Burst received support from Todd. Okay, so Todd is like, look, I know we're getting divorced, but hey, congratulations on what you have going on. So Candy Burst received support from her ex-husband Todd Tucker as she gives fans a look at her upcoming Broadway run on The View. So she is singing something that some of you guys may love, and let's go ahead and get into it. Ooh, child. But let's go ahead and move along. Yeah, girl. So Todd says, at Candy, all right, great job. Keep inspiring and doing your thing. All right. And then she comes back, thank you, with a heart emoji. So a lot of people are like, okay, they're in a cordial space. Now, I've been saying, I'm be honest with y'all. I keep saying, I really hope that they can figure this out and not get a divorce. Could they be reconciling behind the scenes and just don't know it, and they're just enjoying watching this kind of play out on social media, because it is giving them a lot of attention, clout, and notoriety with this damn divorce. Like Candy's never been talked about more than this damn divorce situation. Okay, Todd, he's getting the clout that he needs as well. So could they be? Because they did spend the holidays together. They have another holiday coming up as well. Candy said, hey, everyone was cordial. We took pictures. We sat down, ate together. All of the things are the things. They could be smashing behind the scenes for all we know. They've been seen also out on dates, because I showed you guys the picture. They were just seen at a game there in Atlanta. okay, where they were like, Candy had her face up on his shoulder, like they're still like there and it's still good, good place. They're not to the point where they hate each other, but he is still congratulating her publicly on things that she's still involved in work-wise. And she still seems to be supporting him as well. He does have a project that he's working on. She did congratulate him on that as well. So I think they want the very best for each other. It's definitely unfortunate that they are getting divorced because they do have young kids. I really hope that they can work this situation out. However, there have been rumors that Todd's been cheating for quite some time. Again, I do not condone infidelity on any part. Todd, if that was the case, like, fuck you for that, because like Candy was definitely a come up for you. So how you messed that up, I don't know, especially when she was giving you threesomes and all of that to keep you in the house, to not go out and cheat, and you still go beyond that. Like, how you fuck up the setup, sir, is my question. But in this situation, aside from that, I kind of was hoping that they could work things out. And again, they could be doing that and just kind of playing in our face and allowing this to just kind of play out on social media because they're enjoying it. It's bringing them a lot of coin. It's bringing them a lot of attention, which, the more they're talked about in the media, money is definitely on the table as far as deals and things like that. Candy is getting a lot of sympathy work, I'm going to say. So, yeah, she's on Broadway over there, honey, yodeling and Billy Goating her way on to the top. Now, I know somebody going to be upset by that because somebody tried to check me before talking about her singing, but y'all know Candy cannot sing. But ultimately, I do love her, and my heart do go out to her, or does go out to her for the situation that she and Todd are going through. All right, that's all I can give you. But let's move along, all right? Because I cannot take it no more, child. Let's get into the next segment, all right? Y'all can't listen too much of that, honey. Yeah, my ass always sound like a damn Billy Goat. All right, moving right along. All right, so shout out to Neighborhood Talk. So Todd Tucker, all right, America's cheating husband, if you will. Todd Tucker may actually have a chance to win a prenup battle against Candy Burris, according to reports. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see if they know something we don't know. Okay. Look at Mama Joyce. She was just determined that she was gonna fuck up all their pictures because she didn't want Candy to be married in the first damn place. Look at her. Why you get in the pictures, Mama Joyce, if you wasn't gonna smile? Like, that's not a smile. That's, oh my God, I can't believe she married his ass over here. I cannot believe my daughter married this broke ass ninja. That's the look it's giving in this picture, right? Y'all said, I'm sorry, I would not want that type of attention. Look, good or bad press, that shit is good when you're a celebrity. They don't give a damn. As long as you're being talked about, whether it's good or bad, that pushes, that catapults your career. I'm just trying to tell you, you got to take the good and the bad and ride that wave, honey, wherever it goes, and try to monetize as much as you can from the mess. All right? I'm just saying. Look at a lot of celebrities out here who are getting divorced, got divorced. They were able to get a lot of press behind that. So Candy's getting a lot of press here lately. We ain't talking about Candy in the news this much. Like, damn, I've been talking about Candy for like every day. Every day I go live, I'm talking about Candy. I've never talked about Candy that much. Unless I was talking about something with Billy Goats and fans and shit like that. But let's get into it. All right. So according by US Weekly, Todd Tucker may actually have a real shot at challenging the prenup that he signed before marrying Candy Burris. Legal experts weigh in and explain that Todd's arguments is not as weak as people assumed, right? So it said one attorney told US Weekly that Todd could win if he proves the prenup was signed under pressure or without enough time to review the terms. Ooh. Now, in Georgia, prenups must be voluntary and must include full financial disclosure. Now, if Todd can show that he did not fully understand the agreement or did not have proper time to consult his lawyer, the prenup could be questioned in court. Child. So it goes on to say the report says that this is where Bravo's raw wedding footage may come into play if the clips show panic, pressure, rush deadlines, or emotional moments that influence Todd's decision to sign, which we saw. Says that the court might see that as evidence of involuntariness. Okay. So the experts added that any footage showing Candy or her family pushing for a quick signature could help Todd's arguments, in which we saw. There was a whole camera crew in his face, okay, right before the wedding. That's pressure. So another attorney told US Weekly that the prenup could also be challenged if it was extremely one-sided in favor of Candy. Now, Todd claims that his lawyers was not present when he received the final draft, and the report states that he may argue that he was not fully advised on what he was signing. That's why I say he may have a loophole here. if that's the case. We're gonna have to, like I said, sit back and watch. But that's what they're saying, girl. That's what they're saying in this Candy and Todd situation. All right, let's get into some Portia and Dennis situations here. Okay. Yeah, child, this might be bad for Candy. She really about to be sounding like a damn Billy Goat. Baby. Hard. Okay, that's gonna be her over there in court, child. Judge, Your Honor. Okay, she gonna be on that shit, child. Whew, Lord have mercy, girl. I feel your pain, all right? Oh, Lord. Every man wants a prenup. Yeah, girl. You better get into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into our next topic, all right? Girl, I had to practice my Billy Goat over here. I said, I know damn well. All right. Mm-hmm. Girl. Yes, honey. Yeah. So Portia and Dennis are in the news. Portia and Dennis are in the news. So Portia sat down and did a little interview I thought was cute. See, you guys know they share a daughter together named Pilar. All right, beautiful little girl. I always said I hope that Dennis and Portia could spin the block on each other because y'all got a child together. Did he cheat again? I'm not condoning cheating, but it just gives that Portia, she's still in love with him. Like, look how you were fighting Drew Sidora on the show because she was doing music with him. You don't want no woman around him, but then you don't want him. It's not fair to say, I don't want him, but I don't want nobody else to have him. That's what it gives with Portia. But let's get into this interview that she was talking about Dennis, child. Okay, we're entertaining. Ugh.
The outside looking in, your co-parenting relationship with Dennis looks to be in a very good place.
It is. I mean, like I said, life starts to happen before each season of Housewives.
Yes.
So it may depict a little something different this season.
Okay.
However, we brought it back together. And I think no matter what we go through as exes, see, I think people also forget that part. Like, yes, he's my co-parent, but he is my ex-fiance. So sometimes that line gets blurred, especially when I'm single. See, I was married, so there was no caring about my personal life. But see, when you're single, it's a little different.
He has some questions,
My
some thoughts,
ex-fiance
and
has
some
questions,
feelings.
not Pilar's father, but my ex-fiance.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So,
because I think there are some fans out there that would like to see the two of you get back together.
yeah, I mean, it could have been a beautiful thing. It just didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
I think once I got my divorce, there was this short break there before I started dating and exploring, and it just didn't happen that way. I just don't ever want to play with.
When did you have a short break anywhere before dating somebody, Portia? Because you stay jumping out the frying pan right into the mother freaking fire. Like, you did not have no damn breaks. You jumped right from Dennis right to somebody else. You jumped right from Simon because you said you've been dating this girl you with now for quite some time. Y'all just came public. You and Simon just got divorced in July. So you jumped right out of your marriage and divorce from Simon and jumped right on over there to this girl. So when did you have a break? I would love to know the time span between divorce and dating this new girl, or fake dating, because I feel like this shit fake. But when, girl? Because I've never seen you take a space whenever you dated somebody or broke up with somebody. That's the problem now.
What I said, Pilar's dad. You know what I mean? I really cherish our co-parenting relationship. I cherish us being friends in front of Pilar. So I don't want anything to complicate that.
From the outside looking in, your co-parent.
I mean, they're a beautiful family. Like I said, they still be out if you follow Portia. Shout out to Portia for real on this interview. But if you follow Portia, she and Dennis are always out like they're still a couple, okay? And he still look at her like he love her, or that he want to take her down like Chris Brown. I would love to see them be together just for the simple fact that they are family. She still has love for him. I think that she is just in a space where she just want to have fun. I think that's what Portia wants. After going through what she went through with Simon, it was very hard. Simon, really, I dug several holes that she fell in, and she's still dealing with shit from him with this whole house situation, and she's not getting the alimony that she was supposed to get. Like, Simon is still giving her hell behind the scenes, even though she's not really talking about it. But I feel like she's just in a space where she just want to get her life back on track and have some fun, which is probably why she's entertaining this situation with Sway the Pro. But I can see her and Dennis getting back together. I can see that. Hopefully he's grown up since they were together last, and has learned how to treat a woman and not be out here cheating. But again, I don't condone infidelity or somebody cheating on somebody. And normally I don't tell a woman to go back to a man when they own that type of time. But for them, I feel like they still love each other, the way they still look at each other and whatnot. I don't know, child. But hopefully they figure it out. Moving right along. Wendy Osefo accuses the newest cast member, Angel, of living above her means, which you should not be talking about that when you out here with a whole lawsuit against you, child, and some charges that your ass about to be sitting in prison for insurance fraud. But let's entertain it. Let's go ahead and get it up on the screen. Wendy, you the last person to be telling somebody living anywhere, below, above, anywhere, girl, because you about to be living in prison. I don't think you realize that. But Real Housewives of Potomac's Wendy Osefo accuses newest cast member Angel of living above her means after allegedly being kicked out of her home and telling a mutual that she needed a house that looks like it's $50K a month but costs $2 to $3K. I don't know where you're gonna find that at, child. But go off. So yeah, Wendy, you can sit this one out, sis. Sit this one out. Because didn't the people say you had over 50 credit cards with many different aliases on those holes? Girl, then you just had to put your house up for sale because y'all got some legal fees that y'all got to pay and whatnot. So you the last person to be telling somebody don't live above your means, because that's the reason you're in this situation in the first goddamn place. All right, let's get into it, shall we?
When I called Tia just left Angel's house. Okay. Angel got kicked out of her house. So now they're renting. Said, your little lease is up and you have to get out of here. Angel, you have been evicted. Didn't you tell us you was top tier wag? This is not top tier wag. Look, where's Taylor Swift? She top tier wag.
You know what? Let me tell you this, key.
What? Tell.
Because one of my friends who's a realtor told me, this girl came up to me and said, hey, I need a house in Potomac. I need it to look like it's $50,000 a month, but I'm only willing to pay $2,000 to $3,000 for the house. You are lying. And then she wanted to have like this lavish lifestyle presented, but she said that she just wanted to pay a certain amount. Look, if she want a discount, by all means, baby, get your discount. I'm not vested in Angel's living accommodations. I'm more vested in Angel and how she shows up for us as friends. Is Angel broke?
Again, yes, I really feel like, Wendy, I really feel like you probably, right message, roll messenger. You're probably not the one to speak to anyone about finances or how their living conditions should be when you are currently facing fraud charges, okay? It's not a good look for you, sis. You guys have y'all lawsuit, your trial coming up here. I want to say December, somewhere in December, I forget the date. But yeah, you definitely should not be in an argument with anyone or trying to advise them on anything as related to their living situation or anything financial, because you definitely are not the right person to be speaking on that, given that you are now said to be a fraudster. All right, moving right along. Okay, let's see. Drew Sidor found herself in some trouble. Let's get into Drew Sidor. You gotta hurry up, guys. I gotta get out of here. Good God, I always put so many topics together. I don't know why I do that. I be trying to give y'all a good show. All right, so Drew Sidor has found herself in some trouble. Now, we're no strangers to hearing about Drew Sidor not paying people that work for her and that she's worked with in the past. Drew has a history of not paying people. But Drew Sidor accused of using scare tactics to avoid repaying $11,500 loan in a now dismissed lawsuit. Let's go ahead and get into that. Shout out to Jasmine Brand. A newly dismissed lawsuit has brought fresh attention to Drew Sidor's recent legal challenges. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star was accused of using scare tactics to avoid paying the full amount of an alleged debt, but the case has officially been thrown out. Now, according to US Weekly, shout out to them, court documents show that Sidor and Claudia Gregory were scheduled for trial on November 20th. Before the matter was dismissed, it said that Gregory had filed a claim in February alleging that she loaned Sidor $23,543 with an agreement that it would be repaid by January. Okay. Now she says that only $12,543 had been returned and claimed that Sidor owed $11,500 more. So Drew's lawyer, JJ Poole, stated that please be advised that our client, Drew Sidor, categorically denies any allegations set forth by Claudia Gregory. Now, my thing is, if there was a set amount that you guys were agreed that Drew was agreed to pay back, if you made payments, then it shows that said agreement was acknowledged, okay? Because you're not, what are you paying this money back for if you did not acknowledge that an agreement was made between you and said person? Yes, I said between. I know it's between. Let's continue. So it goes on to say, Gregory submitted alleged text and email showing her attempts to collect payment along with the cease and desist letter. Now, Sadora denied wrongdoing and requested the suit be dismissed. So I'm trying to figure out how this suit was dismissed, if she still owes $11,500. I'm going to read up more on that, but it looks like Drew had already made payment, so it does show that there was an intent for a loan to be repaid, because what was the money being paid back for? How she got out of the additional $11,500, I'm not sure, but maybe this lady is going to spin the block and file something else on Drew. But again, Drew's been known to not pay people that work with her. Her chef her chef filed a lawsuit against her once for saying she didn't pay. Another lady who was doing her hair was also saying that Drew was stiffing her and saying, hey, I'm gonna pay, I'll gladly pay you Friday for a ponytail today, and then Friday get here and you ain't paid a shit, and been avoiding this person. And then when they try to come after you or speak in by way of social media, you go file a cease and desist, so they can't talk about you out here not paying them, which I think is so fucked up. Like, she and Sheree, no wonder y'all get along, because y'all do the same shit. Sheree don't be paying people either. But at the end of the day, Drew Sidor, handle your business. I mean, you too famous and rich for this shit. All right, period. Bravo pay y'all well. If you are that bad to where you got to be borrowing money like that from friends, $23,543 is a lot of fucking money. And you cannot be stiffing people, even if you didn't have it all. I see you did make payments, obviously, but $11,500, that's nothing, girl. You got albums out, you're getting Bravo checks. Like, pay your fare. I'm just saying. I mean, damn. Ralph already said he pays the mortgage where you guys stay at, so you're not paying mortgage. I do know that you probably be driving a nice little car over there. You want to be out here dressed in all the labels so you can look the part. But I mean, you know, sacrifice a Gucci bag today for a lawsuit tomorrow. Shit. That's all I'm saying. Let's move along though. Let's get into this audio. I gotta hurry up. Jesus Christ. Let me see what I got left. Yeah, we can get through this. All right, so let's get into this audio. Married to Medicine's Dr. Heavenly says that Dr. Simone is a bona fide hater and always has been. The two of them are beefing, I think, because Simone and Dr. Jackie are back friends again. And Heavenly, she kind of wedged herself in there last season. And as you guys can see, Heavenly and Dr. Jackie were like super close. It was really rubbing Dr. Simone the wrong way. This season, it looks like Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie are back close friends again. And now Heavenly is appearing to be on the outside looking in. So now all of a sudden, Dr. Simone is a bona fide hater. I feel like she's never liked Simone because she wanted to be close to Dr. Jackie, more so maybe for clout. But Dr. Jackie and Simone have been friends for well over 20-something years. And I don't see Dr. Heavenly's fake ass friendship and reasoning for wanting to be close to Dr. Jackie as a reputable reason for her to be that tight with Jackie. I mean, who the fuck is Jackie anyway besides a mean girl? Two mean girls should not be together anyway. All right, but let's get into what they have to say.
Quad did not need Dr. G to stay on the show, and Quad doesn't presumably need a man to stay with him to have a lifestyle.
Carlos, I'm gonna say this, and you know what? I'm gonna say the truth. This is my truth. Simone is a hater, all the way around. Simone is a hater. Jealous, a word I would not use for Simone because I think she lives the life and she can afford to do whatever she wants to. But hater, yes. Simone is a bona fide hater, always has been. Anybody you think that got a better job or a nicer home or more businesses or whatever, Simone looks their stuff up, tries to discredit them, and she's a hater. She's a hater. I will say that, you know, and I don't dislike Simone. To this season, she wasn't my favorite this season, but Simone's a hater, point blank, period. I'm gonna just tell you that.
She looks up so?
Keep watching, baby. Keep watching.
Quad.
So now she's saying that Simone looked up something on she's probably talking about Quad, with Quad, something dealing with Quad's house, because the people saying that Quad could not keep up the payments on her this huge lavish home that she ran out here and purchased after leaving Dr. G, maybe to prove that she can live without him, and because she was staying in a townhome, so she sold her townhome and then moved into this huge house that a lot of people are saying that she can't afford, being that she doesn't have that other check that she was getting from Sister Circle plus her Bravo check. And they were saying, baby, she was fighting hard to stay on Bravo because she didn't have no other allies except the little hair business that she has. Because I think they said she sell bundles of hair or something like that on the side. But other than that, they said her money has kind of been a little funny, and she's been kind of struggling over there with getting those payments in for the mortgage. I know houses that huge like that. I told y'all the other day, Sheree is paying $12,500 a month for the chateau. So, you know, and girl's house, Quad's house, is damn near probably slightly smaller than the chateau. So she's probably paying a probably good $8,000-$10,000 a month per month for her home. I don't know why someone would pay that much per month, but yeah, let's continue though.
Keep watching, baby. Keep watching. I ain't seen the episode. I wasn't even in the episode, baby. So I don't listen. Keep watching.
All right. So what do y'all think about that? Do I think that Simone is a hater? Absolutely not. Do I feel like she is responding to Quad, throwing out subliminals and trying to check her on camera, and she's just being the loud Simone that she is and clapping back? Yeah, I like Simone. Nobody can make me not like Simone. Is she very loud? Yes. But in terms of her, I feel like being a good friend. I feel like she's always been a good friend to Dr. Jackie, even though Dr. Jackie gave her ass to kiss a few seasons back to be friends with Heavenly and allow Heavenly to talk shit to her, which I felt like that was not a good friend. But as far as calling out Quad, I love it. Shit. It's great TV. It's great TV because Quad, I don't think should be on the show anyway. You're not married to medicine. No one cares about you and this king dude being on the show. Like, you guys bring absolutely nothing to the freaking show. Like, I don't understand them being on the show at all, but it is what it is. I feel like Dr. Heavenly fought very hard for Quad to be on this season because, I mean, what else is she going to do? Because they say that, that's what Heavenly does. She had a lot to do with Sweet Tea not being on the show no more. And I feel like they kind of set her up and in an effort to get her off the show and to ostracize her and her husband, Dr. G, from the other guys for them to say, hey, yeah, we don't want to film with him anymore because he's out here calling popos on people. I don't think that it's safe because, damn, well, what if we move a certain way or move funny and he decide he want to file something on us? So then the guys are like, we don't want to film with them. So that kind of kicked them off the show because you got to be able to film with people to be on the same show. But ultimately, Heavenly, y'all know how I feel about Heavenly, child. Moving right along. So there was some type of an event, Christmas event or whatever, where Nene Leakes and Phaedra Parks' ex-husband Apollo ran into each other. We're gonna go ahead and look at that right quick, then we're gonna move on. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta run my reports and shit. I don't know why my show is so long today, Lord. All right, so shout out to Bravo Shade Room. So Nene Leakes and Apollo ran into each other. Let's get into that. Look at Apollo. All right, now. They did a little dance scene and took some pictures. They were at the same event. All right. I saw another post where they were saying, oh my God, Nene Leakes and Apollo are dating. I was like, no, they're just at an event together. People always read more into shit. It's several posts going around about them two dating. I don't think they're dating. I just think they were out having fun. I don't think Nene was stooped to the levels of dating Apollo, knowing that was Phaedra's ex-husband. Like no. No, and no. At least he got some rhythm. Y'all know he is biracial, child. Did I need to say that? Oh no. So shout out to them. All right, moving right on. I'm gonna save that. All right, last topic. Yeah. Last topic. Shout out to, we haven't talked about these two people in quite some time, but they just celebrated 2 years of their wedding anniversary. So let's get into it. All right. Shout out to Sonny and Moses. We haven't seen them or talked about them. They've been keeping a very low profile since he got out of prison. So they are out celebrating. So Sonny says it's our anniversary, 2 years strong and counting. With God in the middle, nothing but greatness can come from us. Okay. So she said, cheers to building forever with you. I love these two. I love me some Sonny. Y'all know I love that child. But 2 years, they are celebrating their 2-year anniversary. So she shared some pictures with them. Y'all see me up here, honey? Yes, with the heart emojis. Let's get into it. Okay, yeah, we can't play that. But Tony, it's our anniversary. This is them. We haven't seen Sonny and Moses in quite some time, but they are celebrating. Okay, yes, honey. Somebody please do a wellness check on Destiny. Make sure she's okay after watching this video. Because I know she's somewhere clawing, honey. Ooh, child, check on Destiny. Lord, somebody check on her. Lord, please give her a hug, honey. Let her know that y'all are here for her. Send up some prayers, honey. Prayer warriors, please come on out, prayer warriors. Please come on out, prayer warriors, and let us know, honey, that you are there, honey. Check on Destiny Payton Williams, Lord. Lord, check on her. All right, but shout out to Sonny and Moses, okay, for celebrating 2. Prayer warriors, we need you in the house. All right, to check on Destiny. Send some prayers. Let me point my hand to Destiny, honey. Lord, in the name of Jesus. Yes, honey. So shout out to Sonny and Moses on their anniversary for 2 years, honey. Hanging in there for 2 years, Lord. All right, we ready for some babies now, okay? Those will be some pretty babies, I think. Pretty babies. All right, but shout out to them. Look at Moses. Okay. Sonny is the child. She is over the moon. You cannot tell Sonny shit. She is in love mode. Okay, child. She stayed back and waited, child, till he got out and he is home. And they have been keeping a very low profile out doing what they do, honey, as married couple. I love it. All right. I love me some Sonny and Moses. So shout out to them. And that's it for my show. Okay. Please don't forget to comment. Destiny, this is for you, girl. Let me put both my hands towards you because I know you feeling that shit. I know you mad about that part of the show, girl. I know you are. All right. That's probably gonna be her storyline for the rest of this damn season. Talking about Sonny Moses now. I done struck up a whole damn a whole mess up over here. But let's get out of here. Please don't forget to comment on all the topics that we discussed. All right. She is glowing, right? That good D child, y'all know he is probably crashing her back out over there. Done broke the damn. They have probably been through 3 beds since he been home because y'all, you know, he be locked up. So yeah, y'all know how it is. But let's go ahead and get into yes, honey. Okay. Y'all know how it be, honey. When they get out of jail, they're gonna break your back. I ain't dating no man in jail, but baby, I know he breaking her back real good over there. So. Because she is smiling from ear to ear, but shout out to them. But please don't forget to comment on all the topics that we discussed on this show, okay? I appreciate you all being here, all my Caramelians. Thank you to my Top Flight mods, True TV Podcast, Tara, KBR, Sweet Esther, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, girl, they done broke 3 beds over there. Yes, God, they done bust through about a good 3-4 headboards too, all right? Baby, the ceiling fan done fell from the damn ceiling with sparks and everything flying, smoking, child. I know it have. But let's get on out of here, child. Let's get out of here. Thank you to my Top Flight mods. I saw Braylon Lee in the house. Braylon, thanks for stopping by my house today. Thank you so much. Deary Talk, if you here, Black Women in the Building, Jonetta Speaks, Simple Mom Family TV, Miss Didi, JCD Creations. I saw you guys in here. Shay P, if you here, Queen Speaks TV, and Shay Renee. Schoolboy, if you stop by as well, thanks for being here. Of course, all my Caramelians, y'all know I love y'all down. Please do not forget to tap on the like, set your notifications so you'll know. I will be going live quite a few times today because I got to catch up from yesterday since I was out drinking and being grown and hanging out with the content creators yesterday. Okay, so my apologies for those of you that were missing me yesterday. I was trying to commingle and do my good Lord's work over here that I love to do. But thank you guys again. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I will see you guys later. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day to you all. All right, bye.
I wake up every minute with a fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Till until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it. What I need next. If I could just believe, then I know I can turn all of my thoughts into a real threat. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny.